Hey, what's up everyone? Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye here. By the title of this video, you know what this is, but I just got something awesome in the mail today. I went outside, I saw a package that was huge and long, and I kind of knew what it was because it was photography related, of course, but something exciting that I think is probably going to be one of the biggest, most popular portable lights of the year as soon as it becomes available, because right now we're going to unbox, and I'm going to have a full review on this. I'll talk about that in a second. The Yongnuo YN 360 portable LED light, the Westcott, hopefully, killer. So in just this video, I'm just gonna give my first impressions. I've only taken this out of the package. I haven't done anything else with it. I'll tell you, you know, where I got it and you know, what came with it. And I'm just gonna give my first impressions of this as well. As I said, I'm gonna have a full review of this. I've got a gorgeous model lined up in the next few weeks. And we're gonna test this bad boy in a lot of situations and just to kind of see how it mixes with like natural light to, you know, something like this. I've used the ice light before by Westcott. It's a fantastic light, but it is absurdly and stupidly expensive. It's like 500 bucks. But this is this was 120 bucks. It was announced that it was gonna be $69, of course, but I got this on eBay for around 120 bucks. That also included a battery and a car charger. I doubt I'm gonna use the car charger for this one. But it comes with the charger and the NP battery that you need to run this, because this won't run without that type of battery. So it has the typical Yongnuo coloring scheme. So if you ever bought a flash, you might recognize this. So there's the tabs that you pulled out. With me here, the Yongnuo, and it comes in a okay, cool. It comes in a nice portable type bag that I won't be able to fit around anywhere, but that's all right. I'm not, you know, using that for anything. So here that is. So opening that up, here we go. So you'll kind of get more of the first impressions before I do. So there you go, that's the light right here. And I don't know what I'm expecting, and hopefully it's not some cheap thing, which I'm hoping not. Yongnuo makes some pretty good stuff. But so there's a thing here, silica packet. So there's directions. Is this in English anywhere? Thank God that there are English directions. A lot of the Yongnuo and third-party stuff isn't, but there are obviously the Chinese or Japanese, sorry for being ignorant there, I'm not sure. But then they also have English directions, so I'm gonna utilize a ton in learning this light. But first impressions on holding this light, you know, hopefully you can see it right here. They have the orange tint back here, so that way you can mix up the color temperatures. But on the front, I mean, this actually has, you know, a lot of good weight. I mean, it's definitely plasticky, but you know, it holds well. I'm looking at the dials here. Sorry, I'm just referencing my monitor. It's got 4 buttons. It's got your RGB, and it's going to cycle through some of the lights here of that, so that way you have the full spectrum. You have your RGB, red, green, blue. It's going to show my battery level, which I'll check in 1 second when I open that up. You could switch between 3200 Kelvin and 5500 Kelvin, so you get your daylight or your regular light. And fine coarse, I'm not sure what that means, but then there's a little knobby thing here where you can change the intensity of the light. And this is actually held on magnetically, I think. Is that magnetics? To the back, so that way you can change it out. I don't think you could take off the front. No, so this front one stays, and this, I would guess, just obviously is magnetic. Overall, you know, it's kind of lightsabery. It's got a really good weight, a really good feel. It's got your tripods or your quarter 20 at the bottom, and I'll test that on a light stand to see how, you know, stable this is. So first impressions, it feels pretty good. In the front is where you can also include the car charger, so that way you can put it in. But let me put a battery in this bad boy, and let's get a better look at it. But yeah, this is what we got so far. Here we go. As you can tell, this is officially, what is it, Sony battery? This is totally a Sony battery. Sony knockoff F550 NP F570 battery. Once again, that's the only thing that this will take. So the battery's in the front, and hopefully this has some charge in it, or I'm kind of SOL with this review. Okay, so to turn it on, you just hit the knob on the back. It also has a power button on there. So there you go. As you see, the lights definitely turned on there. You can see the reflection here. And let's see what it says. Battery level. So this is on right now 11. Oh, it's got a pretty cool little LED readout. That's on 3200 Kelvin. 3200. I'm hitting the 3200, 3500. I guess it just matters whenever you put this on. So if you want to go warmer, you hit the 32, so that way you get a better representation. Let me just Holy shit, this is that even 100? No, that's 70. Whoa, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna be dumb. I'm gonna switch to 5500. All right, and I'm gonna take off the front. Ooh, there's some heat coming out of this bad boy. And I swear to God, I can't see a thing. This is very bright, but this is on, that's 89, it's not even 100. So this is on, well, it goes to 99. So this is 99, and I'm sure that it's bright. Is it doing anything cool? There you go, going all the way down. So this is 0, but that's on that's on 5500, and yeah. So holy, what is fine? Oh, so actually, I don't know. You're not going to be able to see it that well unless I turn down the shutter speed. But there are actually white LEDs and blue LEDs white LEDs and orange LEDs in here, so that way you can mess with the temperature. But what's RGB? Ooh, here we go. So there's the RGB. I guess this is supposed to be green? How is this changing? So I'm kind of jumping around and everything here, but once again, it's first impressions and we're learning this together. But the RGB, so when you press it, it'll turn the color it's supposed to be. So right now I have it blue and it keeps its percentages at 0, 1. But as I turn it up, it's becoming more blue. So this is now blue. Now if I turn it again, this is going to be the red. As you see, it's becoming more red. I don't know, that's not really red. So the interesting thing here, right now this is kind of like purplish. So the interesting thing here is when you switch in between RGB, it actually keeps what power level it's on. So you have full control over how you want the RGB colors to mix. So that's very interesting. So keep that in mind. But I mean that's about it. Let me test the durability of this thing to see how it stands on top of a light stand. Let me just check that one second. There you go. I have it on a light stand here, obviously attached to the bottom, fully on. You're only going to see some of it. On its own, if there isn't a breeze or anything like that, it's stable, but it's definitely a little flimsy, obviously, just because it's so long compared to where it is on the stand. So would I trust this outside? Probably not. But first impressions is that it it connects well. I'm not worried about it being seated properly. But if there's a lot of movement or a lot of reverberation or something like that, you will definitely. You can see it sway. I wasn't even really touching a little bit. So it's okay. It's not the best, but it's something if you don't have anything to do. But let me just do a quick lighting test just to see how it affects. So let's just put this bad boy up. So obviously this is a little bit bright. I turned my main light away. That's shooting against the wall. Obviously the one big thing you would have to do is kind of I'm really blind because that's on pretty much high intensity. One of the biggest things you'd have to do is hide the shadow that you're seeing there of me, because that's just how it is. And I guess I could do that by kind of moving this over here. You still get a little bit of shadow right here, but overall, let me see if I can even get a little bit more accurate color. It's just hard to see. You can kind of pass for this as a great fill light. Like that's not awful. I mean, once again, I'm kind of blind right now because of this, but it's really not that bad. Once again, it's a very strong light. But if I kind of turn it down as well. But as you can see right here, so this is without anything. I can regain my sight. And this is a little bit up, which is actually not bad, but then this is full. As you're seeing that full intensity right there. So you're going to have to worry about shadows with this thing, obviously, because it's going to be hard to diffuse. But it can be used to really get some light on it. And once again, let's try this with the amber tint. I can't really... so it's being diffused a little bit, so let's get a little bit brighter. So this is with the amber tint on a little bit with not a lot of light. This is just coming from there. I think that's on half power. I have no idea. I'm still blind. But this is on full power with the amber tint. But once again, you can use the 3200 and the 5500 and dive into whatever intensity that you want. You can make combos and everything. It's a very interesting system. So this was a little long of a kind of first impressions unboxing. But that was not really an official review. Once again, I'm going to have that in the next few weeks, so stay tuned with this. But this was my first impressions. This is everything that I just noticed about this. And as I said, I paid about 120 bucks for this light and the battery combination with the car charger, which I'll never use. But it comes with the dock, so that way I can use it, I hope. If not, I'm kind of screwed. But yeah, so this is exactly what you get. The interesting part that I didn't know, that I saw very few unboxings, because it's still kind of new right now, is that you can have so many combos of the different lights. They're using the 3200 and 5500, and really kind of using a combo of that. So it's interesting that it retains that data as you go through it. So I just did all that testing. What's the battery at? Let me turn this all the way down. The battery didn't really lose much at all. So this battery came fully charged as well. Once again, I'll talk about that in the review. But the LED screen is really nice on the back, that you can track every percentage that you want. It just looks like a really cool light that could be very practical for things, and especially, as I said, a fill light. But there you go. That's the Yongnuo YN 360, and we're gonna have some fun with this thing. As I said, I'm gonna show you a live review, and there's your unboxing. What do you wanna know about this? Oh, and this also has an app that you can apparently control things from. So I'm gonna figure that out through the directions for the review, so that way you can see that. But here it is, the Yongnuo YN 360.